Well, it's day 5 of our 12 Days of Christmas Crafts for Kiddos, and today we're going to make a stained glass window. Come along and I'll show you how. Here is our supply list for today. We have glue, a fat magic marker, scissors, white paper, and then for construction paper I have 2 greens for the Christmas tree, the purple, the dark blue, and the light blue for the background. I've put all the colors together because if we cut everything together, when we put it back, it'll work better. So the first thing that we have to do is to draw our Christmas tree. Now this could be as simple or as complex as you would like. I'm just going to do a simple one. See how fast and easy that is? We're going to make sure that all of our papers are together again. Now the fun part. We're just going to do lines, because this is the part that's going to really make the stained glass pop. I'm going to add a trunk down here. And you can have as many lines as you want. It just makes it look a little more spectacular. There we go. Now it's a matter of cutting these. Always make sure all your papers are together. And as we cut them, we're going to lay them back in place. So see all of these? We're going to stack back together and we're going to put them on our paper because we want them to continually be in the right spot. Move your paper around to make it easier to cut. And see how we took it here, so that's going to sit right there. So I'm going to cut out all these pieces around the Christmas tree. We have all the outside pieces done. So these other colored ones we won't need. We're going to make our tree, but I'd also like the tree to be stained glass. And I'm going to use the light color as the part that I cut, and this is going to be my base. So I won't have to cut that. And I can just, I don't have to mark it. I can cut it however I want, and I can just lay it back on there. Because we want to have everything set out before we start to do the stained glass. All of our light green is cut and sitting on top of the green, our base color for our Christmas tree. Now it's a matter of moving it over onto our white paper. So the first thing I'm going to do is lift up just the Christmas tree. I've positioned the Christmas tree, and now I just decide which of the light greens I want to take off. So I'm going to take that one off. And I think I'm going to take this one off. So I'll put this one back because that's going to get glued on top of that green. I'm going to take this one off, but I'm going to leave this one. So I position it. Let's keep this one. And I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to take away this one, but I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to take away this one, keep this one, take away this one and keep this one. I'm going to slide that down a little teeny bit. And I'm going to glue all those light green pieces on. I'm putting my last piece on there. Oh, I have to glue this one too. And we just use a very thin line. The more glue you use on construction paper, the more wrinkly it gets, and we don't want that. So we're just going to put that right there. Then we can look at our tree. If you see any of the lines that when we first cut it, don't worry, because the black marker is going to go across that. But I'm happy with that. If you wanted more of the light green, put some more of your pieces on there. These are all of our outside pieces. Now because I used the 2 greens on the tree, I'm actually going to take those off of every single one. Because the outside, I'm only going to use the 2 blues and the purple. And so that each pile will have these 3 colors on them. We're going to start putting all the pieces around the Christmas tree. The easiest way to do is start on a corner, someplace that is a sharp edge, and work your way around. So I'm actually going to start on this corner. Now, if I don't want to have the same colors, but I do need the same shape. So I can see where those fit together. And I can take all those to the side. Then we're going to go the next one. Now, because this is a dark blue, I could either use light blue or I could use purple. And for this first one, I'm going to use the purple. And see how it starts to look like a piece of stained glass. And I don't want just a pattern, the same colors all the time. So I'm going to take the dark blue this time and put it right there. And if we lay them all out first before we glue them, we can change them if we want to. Let's take a blue. Now it's okay to have those white little spaces in between there. It doesn't matter at all because we are going to use the big black magic marker to make it look more like stained glass. So let's just go all the way around and we will see if we like the colors. Remember, you can always change the colors. We have all the colors around the outside. Because they're not glued down, if you want to change any of these colors, we'll do it now. Otherwise, we're going to just pick one piece up at a time, put a little glue, and set it back down. So I'm putting my last piece in. And I gotta move that a little bit, move this in there. When the glue's still wet, the paper will move a little bit. There is a little trick. Before you start to glue down, if you take your cell phone and take a photograph, just in case the pieces get moved around or in a different direction, you can look at your cell phone and say, oh, that piece goes this way next to this. Now it's time to use our great big fat marker. And that's the reason why we buy these big ones. Because we want the black to go both on both sides, both colors. And I'm using my clear ruler just to make it a little bit easier for you to see. And I'm going to come away from the line a little bit. And that way I can put the marker down and draw. And we're going to do that with every single line. And we're just turning it a little bit. See how there's about 1/8 of an inch right there? Depends on how fat your marker is. Try to make it as straight as possible because stained glass has that look to it. And I'm just going to continue and make all of these lines. As you go along, if you see where the two pieces of paper meet and it's not a solid black line, then just go back and just cover that up with your marker. But just continue slowly doing all the lines that you have. And there we have our stained glass window. I am going to put it in my window. Well, our stained glass window is done. I put 4 pieces of tape on back of the white paper, and I'm going to just put it in my window. What a great, fun holiday addition to our 12 Days of Christmas Crafts for Kids, Day 5. I'll see you next time.